Alright everyone, I am here with an all signs, unplanned, compelled, super random, we used to call it, reading. Alright, why am I here? That's what I asked the universe. I did the shuffle. I said, so why am I sitting down in this damn chair on a Sunday? Okay, well, I often do readings on Sundays, but, you know, again, that's if I have something to pull on astrologically that's doing it or whatever. The energy right now is kind of what I'm pulling on. And I think this reading, because both energies are swirling here. The incoming energy, the runner, and you, everybody kind of swirling here. I think this will be a very interesting reading, to say the least. So stick around if you want to. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but these are usually pretty powerful, these unplanned, compelled readings. Who knows where this is going to go? If you're here for a reason. Could just be one thing I say. It doesn't have to be all of it, right? So, it's timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. Okay? And this could be future influence for you. I don't know. I pulled this. It's a very philosophical energy. I pulled this pre-shuffle. I shuffled. I said, so why am I here? And the moment this hit the table, I put it down, and then I go over and I hit the record button, right? After I go through it a little bit and kind of look at it. And the moment this hit the table, I had Time in a Bottle ring in my head. Jim Croce, Time in a Bottle. But one specific line over and over and over again. If I had a box full of wishes and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. Now, it's very profound. It's somebody having a realization, but it's also a lesson in a little bit of an expansion in what I've been talking about recently, about both energies being present and free will, decisions and stuff like that. I'll show you. It's Temperance crossed by the Ten of Wands with the Empress right here. Okay? There are almost always, actually I will say always, but I'm going to say almost always because there is no 100%. There's almost always more than one path, more than one good choice, shall we say. And what happens is we limit ourselves and we miss those multiple good choices through this energy here, the Ten of Wands. There is some kind of realization that's coming to either the incoming energy or you guys. So it could be both, to be honest. That, you know, sometimes we don't realize till after the fact that we made the right choice. Okay? And sometimes vice versa. Sometimes we don't realize until after the fact that we made the wrong choice. Either way here, there's a lot of stress around this Empress energy. And I'm not sure what that's about. This reading is on the Empress, so it's probably a strong part for you. Okay? Underneath that Empress is the Six of Swords, and underneath that is Two Cups, and underneath that is the World, bookending Temperance. This is just the surface energy, but it's one of those things where intuition is very strong right now. Somebody here has already made the right choice, and they're realizing something after it could be you, it could be your runner. I don't know, because the energy is swirling here. But somebody is realizing that they've already made the right choice and beginning to see the results of that. Of what might be getting in the way is stress about that. The Ten of Wands, right? But it's a 10, so it ends, right? All right, let's see. Let's see what this reading's about. I think it's about that Empress energy. I do. But I think it applies, because there's a whole swirl of energy here. I think it applies on both sides. It's a tough energy to explain. It's one of those principles where sometimes we don't find out until years later, you know, that we had it all along, that we had it right. Until years later. Sometimes we don't find out why something happened until years, sometimes decades later. You know, that line from that song, from Time in a Bottle, is reflective. It's somebody realizing something, right? Realizing they've been Ten of Wands focused on the dreams and wishes that have never come true in the box, and they realize that they had the thing the whole time that actually nullifies all of that. You know, so let's see. Everybody has that Empress energy in them. It's so low in society right now, societal energies. It's tough. That energy's been pushed down in favor of the Emperor. And an Emperor by itself is a maniacal, afraid to be vulnerable, scared kind of thing, afraid to come out of comfort zone kind of energy. It really is. It needs that Empress energy to balance it out. Everything needs balance. Let's see. Card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck am I here? Aside from that Empress. Yeah, this is why. 8 Swords. Yeah, I feel that. The energy right now, environmental energy around us all right now is electric. It's like, I'm going to use the word magic. It's like fucking magic. Your intuitions, everybody's intuitions are off the chain. But for some of the energies, and I'm getting mostly that on the incoming energy, that scares the living shit out of them. All right? And that's what I get here. I get somebody all up in their head. What if I make the wrong choice? What if I do the wrong thing? You guys stop worrying about that. I hate what ifs. What ifs lead to worry. And worry is the biggest wasted energy that we do. We waste more time. Most people will spend a good chunk of their life in worry energy. All right, let's cut the deck here. It's interesting that we're here because of 8 Swords. And what comes after the cut? Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. My student, right? And underneath that is the 8 of Wands. It's about communication. It's about somebody here realizing what I just talked about. That, you know, somebody, it might be looking at their life and going, you know, boy, I made some big mistakes here. You know, even Flem the parrot over here doing the same thing. But they're moving forward with whatever the energy right now is teaching them. You know, it's up to their free will how far they move forward. But what might hinder that is a sense of disappointment in themselves more than anything else. But we'll see. Okay, somebody learning a lesson here about that 8 Swords. Somebody learning a lesson. All right. About how they keep themselves stuck. A little bit of what we talked about in Uranus retrograde, but not the same. It's deeper than that. It's blending that energy with other energies. All right, let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's do a reading. Give me the energies right now. Let's do it. What do you want to talk about, universe? What do you want to tell everybody here in a reading? All right. Ace of Cups. Yeah. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups has a lot of meanings. Okay, in this particular context, you see how this person on the card here is holding on to the cup, right? This is an energy of somebody who had the answer the whole time. The answer's been there the whole time, you know, right in front of them. That happens to people all the time. I have friends that come to me for advice that they like literally answer themselves. They literally have been holding on to the very answer, right? I did that once with my car. I took it to the mechanic. I said, I can't, my mechanic angel, I said, I can't figure out what's wrong with it. And I went and rattled off all the stuff that I put, that I replaced, that's new and all this stuff. And I kept going back to this one thing that he heard. I kept talking about this hissing sound that was coming from over by where you adjust the idle. I said, there's a hissing sound over there. I don't know what that is. I kept going back to it. When I picked up the car later, he said, you had the answer the whole time. You knew exactly what was wrong with it. You kept talking about that hissing sound. It was that. We fixed that. Now you're fine. All right? Somebody been holding on to the answer the whole time. What's fueling that? The Knight of Cups, yeah. So, again, I don't know. It could be a bit of love is the answer. I don't know. Let's see. I like where this reading's going. Let's see where we go here. Right here, I'm going to pull this reading from your perspective. Okay? All right. Maybe some of you have been holding on to the what's the answer? He keeps saying I've been holding on to the answer the whole time. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be about love. I mean, as far as the runners are concerned, yeah, you were the answer the whole time. You nullified everything, all those dreams and wishes that never come true in that box, you know. And there you are, and it's like, oh shit, I had the answer the whole time. It's like that. But for you, it could be anything. All right? It could be anything. So I'm going to pull it from your perspective. These are the soulmate energies around you. Your runner may show up, they may not, or a new soulmate may show up, may not. I don't know. But yeah, soulmate energies around you. The 3D energies around you, your soul, right here. Hidden energy, message from the universe, read with the energy of the soulmate energies around you. And your potential final outcome here. All right? I say potential because I can't predict free will. I don't know what you're going to decide. You may be sitting out there going, this reading is shit. I hate this reading. Well, you should shut it off then, because I assure you this energy is not shit. This is very important. This plagues a lot of people. They hold the answer the whole fucking time. I mean, right there. You know, I could have saved myself $300 repair. I could have fixed that myself. You know, I knew the answer the whole time on that car analogy. But I like simple analogies. I don't like making it overly complex. Let's see. I'll clarify everything and throw some universe cards at the end. Soulmate energies around you. Let's go. Page of Wands. There's something new trying to happen for you. I say trying. It's trying to happen. Okay. 3D energies around you. 6 of Wands. Victory. Yeah. There's something that's trying to happen for you. It's trying to. Maybe a message trying to get to you. I don't know. It's like if you're someone, you're sitting in the victory position, in the catbird seat, and maybe you don't realize it. I don't know. The answer is right there. Whatever is plaguing you, you already have the answer. You already know it. Either you're refusing to look at it, you're refusing to see it, or refusing to believe that you have the skill to even have the answer. You're looking for answers from outside sources when the answer is inside you. All right, already. You already know. Right here, the soul. Bookends the Page of Wands. Your soul, 10 swords. And something new is trying to happen. And something here, an old feeling. Something. There's something in the soul that it's done, it's run its course, and it's there. This backs up this right here is putting, this energy flows from here to here. We're putting 10 swords in victory because of whatever it is. All right? Okay. You already have the answer. Hidden energy, message from the universe, read with the Page of Wands. 2 of Wands. Something new is trying to happen, but you're still sitting there. Okay? This applies to both energies are here. The runner, or you, or a soulmate that's attached to you, or energies it's all here. So you can, this reading, take it as it resonates. Right? It can be flipped. It can be about you. It can be about an incoming energy. But if you're quick to think that it's not about you, that worries me a little bit. Okay? At least consider that it might be before you shut it down. Because this is dangerous in the soul, in this context, when something new is trying to happen. Okay? When you have the answer already within you and you're looking for it elsewhere. You're watching a bunch of tarot readings. You're reading a bunch of books. You're doing this and this. This reading is saying you don't need to do any of that at all. You already know the goddamn answer. All right? To whatever it is. We've been getting that a lot in the energy. There's an it. I've been talking about it in extendeds, at least the last couple of them. Whatever it is to you. All right? Your runners are the same way. I can tell you because both energies are here. They're real, except in their case, they're actually realizing that they had the answer the whole time. That answer was, I best get on my horse and go say something, right? Incoming. Potential final outcome for you, them, whoever this is for. Red with the 6 of Wands, the King of Swords. Again, you do eventually get victory here, but the answer is inside you. This is my sitting king. He's my king of truth. He's not my king of action energy here when I note that he's sitting, right? Take a look before you dismiss this and go, well, there's nothing I need to know, Steve. Really? There's nothing you need to know? You're here. Why? I'm not that funny. You can watch TV. There's plenty of movies you could be watching besides Steve's Love Tarot. Well, you already have the answer. You're wiser than you think you are. All right? Let's clarify. Let's go deeper. Let's talk to the witches. Let's do it. Yep, here it is. Randomly at the bottom, I did not know this was here. Randomly at the bottom is the Knight of Swords. That applies to all this. There's a message trying to get to you. And it's getting cock-blocked somehow. 10 swords in victory. It's not getting into the 3D energy. Right? Because you're looking for an answer that you already have. All right? Let's shuffle the deck. Let's go. Page of Wands. Why is it here? That's a very important energy. That Knight of Swords has been coming up a lot lately. I think it even came up in a recent Twin Flame Journey reading I pulled, right? On the DF side, didn't you get a Knight of Swords? Something like that? Okay. Well, that was pertaining more to the runner. This is not. This is much deeper than that. This isn't a reading of they regret it, they're turning around and reaching out. No, this is much deeper. This is something that's hindering your progress on your life path. You already have the answer. You're actually holding on to it and staring at it, but somehow none so blind as those who will not see. is kind of applying here. All right, let's go. Page of Wands. And this especially applies if you're somebody watching this reading going, oh, this totally isn't for me. Oh, I would never say that. If I were watching this reading, if roles were reversed, I'd be in a neutral position right now, and I would at least consider what this dumbass on video is saying. All right, Page of Wands. Why is it here? That's why all these readings are for entertainment purposes. Yeah, they are. I'm nobody's fucking entertainment. All right, I got people in my life that won't do anything without calling me first, which annoys the living fuck out of me, I'll tell you. All right, make your own decisions, of course. All right. The channel's legal disclaimers apply here. But Page of Wands, why is it here? Soulmate energies around you. There's a new adventure waiting to happen here. New adventures are ahead. Yeah, 10 cups. Ah, God. It's trying to go from dream to reality. Something is trying to happen, something new. The universe is trying to give you something. And you're missing something. You're missing one realization that's preventing it from happening. Yeah, and these are nice adventures. These are things you might have dreamed of. It could be something you dream of and you shut down. That could be it too, because this book ends the Ten of Swords. Could be, a lot of people do that. Oh, wouldn't it be great if I did this, 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 and this? Ah, well, I can't. You know, I'm not going to. That kind of shit brings this kind of energy out all the time. All right? Can't. There's always a way. That is a message that is ingrained in the core energy around us. Every energy reader on the fucking planet can pick up on it. It's always there. It just rings in the head. It rings in the feelings. There's always a way. There's always a way. It's tied to hope energy a little bit, but it requires faith to happen. What's on top? The Magician. Yeah. The trick is trying to happen. The transformation trying to happen. There's something trying to come towards you. I keep saying that, but it's bookend in 10 swords. Why is the Magician here? Queen of Pentacles. Jesus Christ. What do I always say about the Queen of Pentacles? I always say something along the lines of she got everything she needs, right? He or she has everything they need. You do. And it's saying the same thing that I've been saying. The answer is right there. You're actually holding the motherfucking answer. All right? All right. Victory. What's trying to happen here? And the energies around you are quite... There's always more than one right choice. I said that earlier. I'm going to say almost always, but really there's more than one right choice in most situations. More than one right path. So the reason we often take the wrong path is people spend a lot of time in that Ten of Wands worrying, and not a lot of time in Temperance, which is where you're going to get the answer, right? That opening of the reading with Temperance, who I often call my mechanic angel, crossed by the Ten of Wands, is exactly the story I told you. There I am going to Angel, all 10 of Wands, stressed out that I can't figure out what the problem with the car is. I'm going crazy. Please, whatever you got to do, Angel, just fix it. And while in the same time I'm rattling off all these things to him, I've actually said the answer a half a dozen times to him. Right? It turns out, I found out later that was the first thing he looked at. That's why it didn't take him very long. I was back there a couple hours later to pick up the goddamn car. So, that Ten of Wands gets in the way. Overthinking, pressure we put on ourselves to find the answer. And all the answers live in the silence. The answers find you. It's there. You just have to be calm enough to spot it. Whatever it is for you. I can't pinpoint it. I don't know. Six of Wands, why is it here? Curious about this card, big time. Yeah, the Five of Wands is crossing it. Yep. From another deck, the Five of Wands is crossing the Six of Wands. It's everything I just got done saying, except I was talking about it in relation to the pre-shuffle with the Ten of Wands. It's right here, right? I see this all the time with people. They spend a lot of time arguing with themselves that they're not successful or they're not going to be... We spend a lot of time convincing ourselves of nonsense. We really do. What's on top? The Hierophant. Yep. Long-term change is trying to happen. Okay, but you're not going to find it unless you're in the silence. You won't find it with this Five Wands going back and forth. Why is the Hierophant here? Three of Wands. Again, this is long-term change. This is New Horizons kind of energy. Three of Wands. The energy is there. It's right on top of you. It is literally happening right now. Y'all moving at different speeds on your timelines, but when I pull on the 3D energies around you, I get a fucking Victory, the Hierophant, and the Three of Wands. New horizons, whole new things trying to happen. This energy is trying to come out, all of it. And what do I get? In the environmental energy around the 3D energies around, I get Five of Wands. Okay? You already have the answer. All right. 10 Swords. This is interesting. I want to see this. Why is the 10 Swords here? Why is the 10 Swords here? I'm curious. Why? And it's funny because these birds are in the air, right? Multiple birds in the air refer to communication that's kind of with anxiety attached to it. Again, very similar energy here to what I got with the 10 of Wands crossing Temperance in the pre-shuffle. All right? The answer's all around her. Hey, over up here. All right, okay, fine. 10 Swords, why is it here? Why is the 10 Swords here? I don't know who this reading is for. Might be very specific for all I know. But whoever it's for, it's an important reading. Because people miss this shit all the time. You know? They miss it all the time. Alright, let's go. 10 Swords. It's crossed by the Queen of Cups. Well, the soul is made of love. Love is a very powerful force that affects us. It is the most powerful, arguably the most powerful. Yeah, it's your soul's awake, but for some reason this is my desert queen. I'm not quite sure why. And the Lovers. Yeah, there's a soul. There's a soul connection that's living in your soul that's trying to come out. I don't know what's going on here. Why is 10 Swords here? Why isn't it coming out? There's the King of Swords. That ties us to the final outcome. Yeah, the truth lives right there. You'll be able to pick up on this energy. I think I might know where we're going here. Why is the King of Swords here? Five of Wands. See, Five of Wands right there. Five of Wands. You're not listening. You're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to your soul. You're not listening to me, probably, if you're one of these people. You're not. If you are, good for you. You're closer to the answer. You're not listening to the soul purely, or you're not believing what it's saying. That's why it's my desert queen here, right? That's why it's my desert queen. But I can tell you, underneath that, the soul is telling you the truth. It really is. Let's talk to the universe. Two of Wands. Something new trying to happen here. We've got a lot of activity outside today. What's going on out there? Hopefully my noise filters are doing their job. Two of Wands. Why is it here? Two of Wands. Message from the universe. What do we get here? Somebody, she already out of that apartment. She's staying there. Why? The King of Wands. You're afraid if you move... Okay. You may not believe this, and if you don't, just please at least sit from a neutral position and consider it. Because there's a good number of you watching right now that are afraid to let a new soulmate in, afraid to let something new in, either because of what happened with the Burger King, or because if you do, then there won't be any more Burger King. Just like this girl here, she's lived in this apartment for 30 years. The moving truck is down there. It's all full. It's all shut down. The door's shut. They're ready to go. She's taking one last look around the place and all that kind of stuff. But she's afraid to leave because she knows all those memories might stay there. They come with you. What you need from what happened in the past comes with you into something new. There's huge transformation trying to happen. New adventures are awaiting you. All right? There's more to come, and it's a lot. All right? There's another message here for somebody. It's not your time. It's not your time yet. You just need to have a little bit of temperance. That message is there. That's possible. What's on top? Knight of Cups. Look at this. Look at this. This is red with the Magician. Something's trying to come in here. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Eight of Cups. It's waiting on. This is waiting on you to walk away from 8 broken cups and walk toward 9 cups and walk towards it. This is waiting for you to get away from this. This is waiting for her to get out of this. The moving truck downstairs is waiting for her to get up out of this damn apartment and come on down and get in the truck so we can go. Right? This is waiting to come in until you walk away from 8 broken cups. This energy is waiting to happen. There's an energy around you that's waiting to happen. It's waiting to happen around the runners too. But this reading seems to primarily want to focus on your energy, on that Empress that was up in the pre-shuffle. All right, so here we go. The truth. You got to sit in the silence. You got to sit with it. The answer's there. You already know it. We don't come to any good conclusions or anything when we're in 5 wands or 10 wands, any of that. We don't come to any good conclusions. I got 5 wands here. I had 10 wands in the pre-shuffle crossing temperance. We don't. That's not, we never find the answer that way, right? It's sort of the same principle that applies. You always find love when you're not looking for it. That kind of thing too, right? It's sort of like that because we tend to put up, without realizing it, we tend to put up barriers and put up walls and stuff like that. Yeah. All right, temperance is the most important lesson in the tarot. I will argue that to the death. Once you've mastered temperance, you're fine. Life just kind of flows right along nicely once you become the great blue heron. What's the final on this? Give me the King of Swords. What's going on here? King of Cups. There's environmental energy around it. It's a control aspect of your emotions. In other words, in part, but this is a very relaxed queen. I often say, again, she's not waiting for anybody. She got everything she needs, he or she, right? This is the control aspect of the King of Cups, where you're in complete control of your emotions. The answer you're looking for is a way to be in complete control of your life in some way, your emotional life. Bring things to you, push things away, separate the wheat from the chaff, and do it effortlessly. Okay? And I say effortlessly, and there's the canoe again. We've been talking about the canoe. Some of you are not in the canoe yet. That's why this reading is here. In the extendeds lately, if you've been watching them, you know. We've been talking about nobody ever in a hurry in a canoe. Right? All right, let's go. And very nice, very peaceful energy there. All right, what's on top? It's red with the Hierophant, the sun. That happiness, it's a general reading. I can feel what's here. There's no way for me to pinpoint it for fucking 20,000 people. But I can say that happiness, and in general, that happiness you're looking for, it's already there. It's already inside you. It lives in your beliefs, in your things you believe about yourself, in your spirituality. It lives there. It's there. It's already there. You have to be the sitting king to find it. Why is the sun here? The King of Wands. This is red with the 3 of Wands. Okay? There is still something here. You think that runner, for example, the Burger King, I'm just going to give this as an example, is what's going to make you... There's an absorbent number of people, and I know, watching these tarot readings, who think that runner is the end-all, be-all. They're the only love. I'm never going to find another love. Love always does that. When you fall in love with somebody, you always think it's the end-all, be-all. That's it. It's designed that way for a reason. It's so you won't stray and you won't whatever, and you'll put the energy in. It's all kind of an energetic illusion in a way. But it leads to a delusion that this is the only thing that's going to make you happy. The universe is, the energy around you is, now take the hocus pocus out of it. The energy around you is trying to get you to look elsewhere. It's trying to get you to look within, to be your own best friend, if for no other reason. Stop looking out, start looking in. It's that message again. The energy's trying to get you to do it. It's trying to. But there's something here. There's some answer that you think you're missing. Some ingredient in the energetic recipe of you that you think is missing. It isn't. You have it. It's right there on the counter in front of you, and you're just not seeing it when you look. Oh my God, where's the vanilla? Where is it? It's right there. Somebody else walks up and goes, it's right there. That's usually me with my friends when I give advice. They almost always have the answer the whole time. I just let them try and find it. I kind of push them into finding it. The energy around you is trying to do that. Maybe it's trying to do it through people like me. I'm not saying me. I'm saying people like me, or books you're reading or something like that. But you could do too much of that. You can do too much studying. I see that a lot with people that are book smart, but not necessarily street smart. They've spent their whole life with their nose in a book. Philosophy, they can quote philosophers like nobody you'd ever meet. You know, Oxford education, whatever, they can quote philosophers and say in the 5th century this and 5th century BC, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. But they don't have any quotes of their own. That's what you want to see. You want to see somebody who isn't quoting other people, but they're creating the quotes. They're the ones with the quote. They're quotable, right? So, again, I know you're looking for an answer somewhere out there. The answer's already inside you. What you have to do is stop looking. Be the sitting king here. Just sit with it. Let it ride for a little bit, all right? And you'll be fine. The happiness you seek is already inside you. It's already there. And it is not tied to this runner, to this Burger King. And the answer is not tied to your ego either. And if I'm to take this energy and flip it for you, it's not tied to your ego, right? Also, there might be a few people watching because this energy came out. I said, why is the sun here? Somehow you've got happiness wrong. The runners got love wrong. I think you got love right. I think you got happiness wrong, a good number of you, okay? You think it might be tied to material things. You think it might be tied, well, if I could just get this job, if I could just get that career, if I could just get whatever. That is all a bunch of bullshit. It isn't. It's tied to whatever this Hierophant represents for you, all right? The universe is trying, the energy around you is trying to get you to look in a new direction. So do that, right? Look, I'm trying to get you to look within because I think you already hold the answer for sure. Now, I'm going to go back to this deck. And I'm going to pull 3 more cards from the universe and see what it wants to tell you. Now I'm going to take this energy. I've talked enough here. All right? I've done my best for you. But I'm going to flip the energy. All right? So I'm going to pull on the incoming energy right now. And I want to see how does this all pertain to the incoming energy. And that would be a soulmate or soulmates that are attached to you. Okay? Could also be soul's true purpose that are attached to you. You know, when I pull a soulmate reading, I could just as easily be pulling on a new career path for you or something you're supposed to be doing. Something that's on your destined path, a soul's true purpose. Some of you are missing that. You're missing it completely. It's not always what you think it is. Right? I use tarot as a great example here. You know, according to what you guys tell me, I've helped a great number of you. I've been very useful out here since I started this channel. But this is just, you know, if you'd have talked to me a few years ago and said you might be doing a YouTube channel where you're pulling tarot cards, I'd have laughed at you. I would have said something to the effect of, no, it's just a stupid hobby I have on the side. I use it to sometimes clarify energy reads that I get off people just to make sure I'm right. I use it to check myself. I ain't never going to do that. It's just a silly hobby, silly sideline, right? Well, turns out, you know, it was a bigger part of my soul's true purpose than I thought, you know. So again, it's not always what we think it is. What's going to make us happy isn't always what we think it is. The way our life goes isn't always what we think it is, but there's a lot of different. There is no one right direction. That's why you should be neutral. You should just let life flow and take it as it comes, right? It is what it is. Let's go. The universe always has your back. You know, it does. Because, and I know that sounds Pollyanna, pie in the sky to some people. It's not. It's actually physics. Energy in nature is just trying to balance. It's not going to knock itself out of balance. So the things that come towards you are for your greater good. Okay? Even if they're perceived initially as bad things. At the end of the day, it's happening for a reason. Try not to dwell on, oh my God, why is this happening? And try to figure out the periphery. Try to figure out why it's happening. How can this benefit me in some way? All right? It is what it is. But yeah, life will surprise you if you let it. The problem is life stresses people out. When things don't go the way they want to go, you know, when they're not what they expected, right? They freak out. They get in 10 wands, they get in 5 wands, they go crazy. You can't. Life will surprise you. It will. But just go with it. Okay. Hermit. It's making them think. The King of Pentacles, the Fool. It's making somebody really think. It's the Uranus retrograde reading on crack. It's somebody here, Justice, crossing in the base energy, Justice, crossing the King of Pentacles. If somebody's really thinking, is this my life, right? What's that opening line from Bohemian Rhapsody? Is this the real life or is this just fantasy? Yeah, they're caught in a landslide right now because they're realizing that, yeah, they're fine here. It's nice and cozy, but it's boring and it's not happy and it lacks love, right? So someone here is doing some thinking about how to get happy. It might be getting a divorce, might be ending a relationship, or certainly ending a way that they live their life, okay? And seriously thinking, the Hermit, feeling with the soul's awake over there on the incoming side, feeling some new adventures, for sure. Now, because of this, because that's why the fuck are we here, the Eight of Swords, right there, might surprise you to find out that I'm going to extend this reading. It might surprise you because I'm going to tell you right now, this is all of this whole thing with the Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands. There's a massive amount of devil type energy here, a massive amount of it, and that's why we get in this Five of Wands. You wouldn't argue with the truth from the King of Swords if you didn't have a little of that around you. I'm going to focus in the extended mainly on the incoming energy, on what's going on your runner's side. So if you're more interested in that, fine. I wouldn't be. If you're more interested in that, then you need this reading more than you realize, because it goes against everything this reading was trying to show you. But whatever the case, I'm going to pull on this incoming energy because the whole reading also applies to them, because the Eight of Swords is here, fuel and justice, and that was why the fuck are we here before the cut. So if you want the extended, the link's in the description. I think it'll be very interesting to see what's going on their side and see how this relates to you. Because I see the universe trying to get you to move in a new direction. I think they're going to have to play some catch up, because I like what I see for you out there on the horizon that's trying to happen. All right, we'll see. We'll see what's going on their side. If you want the extended, if you want it, the link's in the description. It's a curiosity for me more than anything else, and I just want to see what happens. So I hope this reading was helpful. All right. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. And remember, there's more than one right path for you. There's more than one soul's true purpose. And it plays out sometimes differently than what you imagined. But it's still your soul's true purpose, right? And it still brings with it a lot of happiness, right? So don't base your happiness on some external source. Your happiness, your true happiness, comes from within you. Again, be your own best friend. People need to start doing this. Stop with these fucking influencers and shit and all this social media with these narcissists taking pictures of themselves all over the place, trying to make a buck selling shit, right? Fuck that. Enough of that. Be your own. We all need to turn inward. Be our own best friend, right? Stop looking out. Start looking in. And I think you will find your life transforms in amazing ways, because I can see it here. I can feel it, all right? That's your reading. All right, I'm going to go pull the extended now. Link's in the description if you want it. Good luck. Thank you, Flam.